It's good to have you back. Now, ANC top brass are expected to meet today to discuss a number of issues affecting the party. So let's find out what those are with senior reporter eNCA's Siphamandla Goge, who is outside Luthuli House. Siphamandla, good morning to you, and thanks for this update. I mean, a lot has been going on with the ANC. We've seen at different, regional conferences with delays, etc. But I understand that they will be discussing a lot of issues, I suppose, at Luthuli House. What can we expect?
Indeed, it's a crucial meeting, but let's be quick to remind our viewers that it's an ordinary meeting. Mondays in the ANC are known as ANC Day. So today, top officials of the ANC are meeting in an ordinary meeting, nothing extraordinary. However, latest developments will dictate that they will need to be seized with a number of burning issues that they need to discuss. They will have to finalize the issue of the so-called 19 quarantined votes of the Eguruleni Regional Conference. That matter has been pending for a while now. There have been challenges, and some members of the ANC in that Eguruleni region have threatened to go to court if this matter is not resolved. The issue of the 19 quarantined votes has cast a shadow of doubt over the Regional Conference of Eguruleni. There are those who are saying the results shouldn't have been declared without finalizing all the outstanding votes, but the elections agency at the time said, well, they will have to release provisional results, which gave way for Mzwandile Masina to be pronounced as the chairperson of the region, and TK Nyiza is the regional secretary. So the ANC in Luthuli House has been seized with that matter after the National Dispute Resolution Committee referred the matter to the Office of the Secretary General, which currently is being administered by the Treasurer General Paul Mashatile in the absence of Ace Magashule, who is suspended, as well as Jesse Duarte, who is unwell. So we expect that today's meeting will deal with that matter and probably finalize it and communicate the decision. However, there are a whole lot of other issues that they need to deal with. A number of regional conferences, including the Tshwane Regional Conference, where there is a threat to take that matter, that conference, to court as well. In the Free State, some structures and members of the ANC have filed court papers calling for the Interim Provincial Committee to vacate office because they say it has failed to prepare the province for the provincial conference. It's been more than a year in office now. So a number of issues, but most importantly, I do not think they will meet without discussing the latest developments regarding the party president, that is Cyril Ramaphosa, the theft, burglary and alleged cover-up at his Palapala farm. Even though the president has said the matter is going to be taken to the Integrity Committee of the ANC, but the public noise that is out there and the mounting pressure for the president to account and, at least for now, to stand down pending the finalization of the investigation or eventually resign. So I doubt the top officials of the ANC will meet without discussing that matter, even though the national chairperson of the ANC, Gwere Mantashe, and the deputy president of the party, David Mabuza, have in a way supported President Cyril Ramaphosa in Parliament. David Mabuza said, well, let's wait for all the processes to be finalized. Gwere Mantashe saying the president is being persecuted, even though many people don't buy that. They just simply want the president to account.
Yeah, and speaking of which, you remind me also of Tony Ngeni, ANC NEC member, also Siphamandla, raising the issue around the president needing to step aside while those investigations do continue. But especially on the step aside issue, let's talk about how that is looking as an agenda point for the ANC. We know that even Ace Magashule is saying that he will still contest at the next national conference and elections, despite the step aside issue. He is facing, of course, a myriad of charges in court at this point, but it seems that the issue on step aside leading up to this regional and the national conference eventually towards the end of the year will be a big talker for the ANC.
That will be the talking point leading up to the National Congress of the ANC in December. But remember, for the ANC, the resolution is that all those who are criminally charged should step aside. And that resolution was in a way reviewed and it was amended when the National Executive Committee of the ANC met and resolved that Criminally charged members and leaders should not contest for leadership positions, be it at a branch level, regional level, provincial level, and national level. Now, with President Cyril Ramaphosa, he has not been criminally charged for now. A criminal case has been opened, it's being investigated, we are told, but once charged, there is no other way about it. He will have to step aside. Even though in the ANC, there are those who are saying the resolution on step aside is wide and broad. It includes allegations that if you are alleged to have done something wrong, if you are accused of doing something wrong, you should automatically step aside. However, as the resolution stands for now, it says criminally charged, you should step aside. So I guess the biggest test for now in the eyes of the public is that President Cyril Ramaphosa is not an ordinary member of the community. He is the president of this country who took an oath of office. He said he will abide by that oath. He will respect all the laws. So the outrage that is out there is not irrational in a sense. People are genuine in calling for him to account. Even those who are saying he must step down, because step aside is just ANC lingo, if we can put it like that. In terms of the country, there are two things that he can do. It's either he can take a leave of absence pending the finalization of this investigation, or he can step down, resign. But of course, he has said that he will wait for all those processes to be finalized. But moving forward, it's clear that this issue of step aside in the ANC will remain very, very contentious, and many people will be arguing leading up to the conference that the step aside resolution will have to be implemented equally across the board, and there are calls for a special gathering of the ANC in a form of a special national conference to discuss the only issue of step aside. So there are those who are saying before the elective Congress in December, let there be another gathering that will deal with this issue of step aside, because it's not implementable in the current form. We know that in Limpopo, Denim Caesar, the former provincial treasurer of the ANC in that province, is one of those people who says the amendment on the step aside resolution and guidelines to say criminally charged leaders cannot contest for positions is unconstitutional. It needs to be reviewed. In other provinces, there are those ANC members who are making a similar call. So from now on up until December, you will have a situation whereby ANC leaders and members will be seized with the issue of step aside. As to what will be the final verdict on that, we'll have to wait and see.
All right. Well, thank you so much for this update. Senior reporter Siphamandla Goge outside Luthuli House this morning for us ahead of that important top official meeting, eNCA officials meeting to discuss some round of issues within the party.